Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and this will be the last video on this ginormous batch of free-to-play units that we just had with this last update. You know, the LR Kid Goku event had 2 free-to-play units. We had the LR Prime Battle Vegeta was a free-to-play unit, and then of course there were 7 different free-to-play units from the revamped Metal Cooler story event, including this STR Metal Cooler right here. Now this guy is pretty good. Alongside just being a way to farm up the Dokkan Fest Metal Cooler. Because, of course, all the other typings have different names, so you can't use those to feed into the actual Dokkan Fest summonable Metal Cooler. You gotta use this one right here. He's also a free-to-play Most Malevolent Clan option, so that's pretty good as a leader. You could use him as a leader, bring a friend AGL Metal Cooler. The team is strong enough that you probably could get away with doing that. Now, of course, we're on the Movie Boss team. The reason for this is because, obviously, since Metal Cooler himself is the leader of the Most Malevolent Clan team, I wanted to get a good look at what he can do, not really using his free-to-play leader, sort of leader skill, but more so focus on his super attack as well as his passive here. So, okay, this is sort of good and bad. The bad thing here is that we're not actually going to be able to go ahead and get the Metal Cooler with another Frieza race unit for a little while. I kind of wanted to pair Cooler up with the SCR free-to-play Metal Cooler. I thought the two of them together would be a pretty good option. There's Beerus with a casual 2.7 million attack set, by the way. Now is a good time where people realize, oh yeah, LR Beerus is not as bad as everyone was saying. That's right. Alright, so this is going to be good at least, and that this will probably be the highest attack set we're going to see out of Metal Cooler in the video here. Now again, I've only got him at 1% in the dupe system, so it's not like we brought him here specifically to do damage. This Cooler is also a support unit, so he is going to work best when he's able to, support one of the other very powerful Frieza race category units, Final Form Cooler. Okay, so he's up to 400k. Angel, Golden Frieza, the Transforming Frieza, Dokkan Fest, all of those are better option, really strong Frieza race option units that can be very good alongside our boy here. Yeah, see, actually, this is going to work out pretty good. Well, here, we'll do this, So we can have Tech Beerus Super, and then we did get some red orbs, so we can also have LR Beerus Super. Okay, perfect, yeah. So this rotation does sort of work out. Again, if you don't have LR Beerus for the Tech Beerus, you can pretty safely run him alongside Jiren, I think would work, or maybe even a Whis unit on the Realm of Gods team. I really would like to see them release a new, really powerful Whis unit. That would be cool. That was also very impressive by Tech Beerus, by the way, because the second half of his passive was not active there, and he was still doing that much damage. Like, that Beerus is just a very, very strong unit. Okay, I want to have Cooler go first, because Cooler, he does supreme damage, and he raises extreme class allies attack by 20% for 1 turn, so he'll give a nice little attack buff to second form Frieza here, and then of course his passive skill, Most Malevolent Clan category allies attack and defense 25%, then he also does give an extra chance to crit. So this Cooler, he works very similar to what the AGL Western Supreme Kai does, where she gives some of your units an extra chance to crit. That's kind of this new thing that we've seen. She has it, and now this Cooler has it. So that's going to bring, I think, a lot more, I was going to say a lot more strategy with how you would, bring your units through the dupe system and stuff like that, but maybe not. It is still going to be handy, though, but that means these, newer class... Okay, so he takes a lot of damage. He's gonna get blasted. Okay. But, the newer support units, are under 300k right there, are going to completely outrank older support type units. 2.4. That's very good from Frieza right there. Big Bad Bosses was active. That's a big part of it. Because, if we start having units that, extra chance to do an additional attack by 5%, extra 5% chance to dodge, extra 5% chance to crit. All of those are very, very powerful abilities. So, depending on like what category like these type of units come out with onto next, that category could get a monstrous buff. So like let's say we get a pure Saiyan unit, like I don't know, let's say one of the Broly cards from the new Broly movie gives like, you know, an extra 10% chance to additional attacks or something. Like how insane would that be? Like that literally is what maybe some of these Broly movie characters could be, is they could be units that could be giving you you know, extra chances to do various things from the potential system. Those, like, if that's what those units do, that would be so busted. Like, you know, we've seen it now in a couple of support type units, but what if, you know, again, like Broly, what if he was like attack 130%, defense 130%, and then he also gives allies, you know, an extra 10% chance to crit? Like, that would be wild. That would be wild, bro. And like, especially if he's like a leader for the team, you know, you'd be running 2 of those, so the whole team would just be critting like crazy, even more so than usual. It would just be very, very, very interesting to see. So I'm sure we are eventually going to get some sort of leader unit like that. You know, if it's actually like one of the Broly movie characters, so remains to be seen. But you know, it's interesting to see, I think, which units could do this. Or like even the Peppy Gals, right? We know that a lot of the waifu cards are about to get an awakening on JP. Like if some of those cards do stuff like that, you know, 20% chance to dodge to all allies or something wild like that, they could be very, very interesting cards. Like depending on what categories they're in and such. Okay, so even though Turles transformed, we're still gonna have a very easy time with Tech Beerus and LR Beerus. Tech Beerus, he is so crazy, so wild. 2.8 right there. That's without Turles. Yo, they really were like, you know what? We're just gonna make the Beerus units like strong beyond belief. How about that? How about we just go ahead and do that? You know, we're actually probably gonna take a lot of damage in this rotation here. I'm tempted to actually use an item. Nah, we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay because Cooler won't take a lot of damage. We'll get a Dokkan attack with the SCR Metal Cooler. Why not, right? The showcase is for him. Usually, I don't feel like it's the biggest deal doing Dokkan attacks like with units for their showcase, because like it's just extra damage. It doesn't raise their attack stat, right? So I don't really like. I don't consider it like a big part of a normal showcase for unit. Plus, Dokkan attacks are very, very rare. Like you do not see Dokkan attacks activate often at all. So I don't really consider them too important. Like again, you know, as parts of showcases or anything like that. Because again, like for me, like I'm not really worried about the damage that is dealt by any given unit. The reason for this is because, you know, different bosses have nice dodge right there. Have varying levels of defense reduction, right? So the damage numbers are always going to be wild. That's why you'll hear people say like, well, that's not impressive. My Super Saiyan 4 Goku did 5 million damage. It's like, yeah, he might have done that on the Omega Shenron event where he has a special link. You know, his attack stat was actually like, you know, 2 million or 1.5 million from there. Like that's the easiest and true way, I think, to sort of rate units is what their attack stats is. Okay, now see, here is an issue. Actually, we are going to get a super attack with Beerus. Yeah, and then we'll get a super attack with Frieza as well. Alright, so that went pretty good. We went the whole fight, and we were very easily getting the super attacks for both Tech Beerus as well as LR Beerus. Both of them were getting it the whole way through the fight. So, Movie Boss team, they are a very powerful rotation. I would much, it's not even a question to me, run the Beerus rotation over the Broly rotation, because both of those Broly units will get destroyed. They have no defense. But both Beerus units have good defense, and both Beerus units heal you. Tech Beerus heals you with the Link, the Connoisseur Link, and then LR Beerus heals you with the Connoisseur Link, but he also heals you on super attack. So just a much superior rotation to the Broly rotation, you know, the old school, you know, high damage dealing rotation. So let's just take a quick look at this cooler here. I already talked about mostly what he did throughout the video, and then we'll wrap up for today. So This is Resurrected Enhanced Force Metal Cooler. His leader skill is Most Malevolent Clan category, key 2, and HP attack and defense 30%. His super attack is the Supernova, which does supreme damage and raises extreme class allies attack by 20% for 1 turn, which, could be useful. His passive skill, Sinister Decisive Blow, is Most Malevolent Clan category allies attack and defense 25%, and then an extra chance to perform a crit by 5%. That'll be very good with a unit like Final Form Cooler, who has multiple chances to attack, right? So more opportunities for that crit chance to actually come into play. His links are Auto Regeneration, Fusion, Deficit Boost, Brutal Beatdown, Thirst for Conquest, and Strongest Clan in Space. So pretty much all the same Metal Cooler links that we would expect to see. His 12 kill multiplier is 130%, which is pretty low. And then he's also got 3 categories. So he is on the Most Malevolent Clan category, of course, the new team, very powerful. He is also on the Revived Warrior team. He could be solid there, of course, raising the damage dealt by Angel Golden Frieza, maybe Tech Golden Frieza. So I think he does have a place on the Revived Warrior team. And then, of course, Movie Boss team, which we used him on. He was, he's okay. He's all right. Usually, like, if I'm going to use, like, a free-to-play unit seriously, I would probably give them some orbs because, again, like, his defense, only 3,700, is very, very low. But, of course, orbs would make that a little bit easier to get through. But, alright guys, so there we go. There is the new farmable free-to-play STR Metal Cooler. A decent unit. Not bad for a free-to-play option. They are at least giving us units that have value. Not just complete throwaway fodder free-to-play units. And that's a really good thing moving forward. So, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.